The Night Butterfly. Well, who is to blame?
Eagles. I remember that
Eagles.
it was Eagles.
Eagles. We called it Eagles.
Eagles.
Someone listening to satanic music.
Yep. Hello and welcome to our channel. Today is our second episode, and today we will talk about some weird ass stuff. Last time we talked about how it was to be a child in the middle of 90s.
Not so good.
Not so good, and about later Soviet Union. And today we will talk about Artem.
We will talk. Well, the title of our episode is Weird Ass Music in 90s in Russia.
Ass music in Russia.
Weird
Oh
ass.
my god, it was really weird.
Well, it was a disaster because, well, let's talk about something cultural. In Soviet Union, we had nothing. We talked about.
Entertainment.
Oh yeah, we had no entertainment at all, and after border became opened, Western culture started to come to Russia.
Russia, yeah, absolutely. And I can say that it was some empty space, really empty space, because in Soviet Russia it was really good music, really nice music.
Kind of
I
like
think,
that,
yeah.
yeah.
Very good music from old movies, and it's also popular right now. But in the middle of 90s, it was some kind of ban, I think, void about music and entertainment culture.
Yeah, and Russia didn't have producers, pop artists, and all that stuff, and they started to fill that void. And it wasn't really good, but it started with some pop music.
We can call it pop music, because in Soviet Russia we got some artists who sing and play in restaurant from Soviet estrada, from the stages, and
With guitar.
With guitar, like we call them bards.
Bards, like in RPG games.
And we also got very famous bards like Vysotsky.
Yes, by the way, last year it was media started to ask people in here who do they think is the most influential person in Russia.
And
And
what was the result?
result was first place Yuri Gagarin, and second is Mr. Vysotsky.
Дебильным восторгом пропадаю, чуть помедленнее кони, чуть помедленнее.
So everything like this stuff was disappeared completely, and with what this void was filled with something like this.
Два кусочка колбаски у тебя лежали на столе. Это Сан-Франциско, город в стиле диско. Это Сан-Франциско, тысячи огней.
So it wasn't so good as you see.
Yeah, absolutely. You see some not beautiful people,
Ugly.
ugly we can say, and music also was very strange.
Weird ass, like our title. So why they were so weird? Because they didn't know how to do that stuff.
Yes,
They
I think-
improvised. Just improvised. Everything was made. Some parts were stolen from the things that they got back in Soviet Union. Some cassettes and stuff like that, and started to copy that.
But also you can see that the quality of this copy and quality of the shows and video clips was just damn asses.
Yes, it was awful. And so why it was awful?
Because nobody got experience and nobody understand what really people need.
But as it was new stuff for Russia, it got really famous. Like from every apartment, every car, if someone had a car with a thing where you put a
Take
cassette.
Magnetola.
Yes, from everything we were listening that shit. Let's be honest.
Yeah, and why we listen this shit? Because really in Soviet Russia we got some tapes. For example, my mother had a Walkman. How to say? Walkman with a few foreign tapes. It was the Beatles. It was Eagles. I remember that
Eagles.
it was Eagles.
Igles. We called it Igles.
Eagles, yes. Like a game pipeline, we call it Pipeline. But I will talk about.
Oh, by the way, small information. In Russia, not so much people know English.
Still.
My level of English is like the highest. He's better, but mine is, I think, highest from all my friends.
Yep. So back to my mother. Tape of Beatles and tape of
Eagles.
Eagles with Hotel California song. Very beautiful song, I think.
Isn't Eagles have like one song, Hotel California?
Do you remember some other songs?
No. It's a band of one track.
Unfortunately, a lot of
If
bands.
you know something that Eagles are playing, link it. I will try to listen it.
Please inform us. We will listen and share our opinion with you. So, and also we got tapes of different Soviet bards, Soviet songs from movies, as we already said, and new wave pop singers of modern Russia.
European pop.
European pop. European pop or Russian pop? About European, not so many groups, bands. We heard E-Type, we heard Ace of Base.
Abba.
Ace of Base we called Asibasi. Because
And
nobody
Avva.
knows. Avva, да. Nobody knows how to pronounce the title of bands.
Abba have the song about Rasputin, so it is really famous
That was
in Russia.
Abba or it was
Oh no.
Bonnie M.
Well, you guys have a song about
Rasputin, lover of the Russian queen. There was a cat that really was gone.
So it was like this, and it was very popular in Russia, this song. So, and actually nobody understands about what they are really singing, but everybody,
it was fun.
everybody
Funny
tries to
songs.
pronounce the same sounds they listen from these songs and think that they can sing in English.
What does the fox say?
And no one knew English very good because the elder people learned German in schools,
Most of all,
and Russian Federation started to teach English for kids at around 1993, I think.
in our ages.
Yes,
think.
yes, I went to school and foreign language was English.
It was started from the 5th class, and it was
In your Donbass school, yes, but in mine from the first one.
really.
Yeah.
I got. Our school was good in mathematics, not foreign in.
I was okay in math until they added
until you received
letters to it. No. 2 plus 2 is okay, but when there is A, B, X, and Y, it's
when numbers were replaced with
letters.
letters.
So, and about TV, in that time we had only 2 channels. You guys had MTV and VH1 and all that stuff. And
MTV came to Russia much later, and it was
2002 or 2001, I think. In 21st
maybe.
century we received MTV in here. No,
We will check.
lies. We will check it, yeah. Because small information. Government of Russia started to do concert at Kremlin Square with, and MTV was a producer of it. There
Yep.
was Prodigy in 1 year, Red Hot Chili Peppers in other.
And
Linkin-
Metallica, of course.
No, No, Metallica had nothing with MTV. And Linkin Park.
Yeah, it was like a blow of head because nobody had sound like this. That music and guitar could play such sounds like.
Satanic sounds, by the way.
Yep.
Our parents told us, yes, that this is satanic sounds from your Western.
Really, our parents cannot imagine that the sound of guitar can shut the jet engine of airplane, for example.
So yes, and we had two musical channels. First one was, I had it right here. Oh no, there wasn't just two channels. There was just two programs.
Two programs.
Yes, first one was called Muza Boss
Muza Boss
with that guy.
And the second it was Music Ring, like two bands played their songs one by one, and with some jury. It was bullshit, absolutely bullshit.
Yes, and by that time, in mid 90s, there was no internet at all in here, and we just traded cassettes with each other, and started to find new music and new genres. And in Soviet Union, it was kind of different.
In Soviet Union, it was forbidden.
It was banned, yeah. But some guys got it from communist countries like Czechoslovakia and not Cuba. Oh my God, Czechoslovakia, Hungary, and all that stuff, and got it to here and sold them on markets.
Not in markets, but it was illegal, I think.
Completely illegal. If someone knew that someone is listening, for example, for Beatles, they will someone listening to satanic music.
Yep, and some guys in furashkas, militia guys will came to you.
Yes,
and
gulag
jail.
and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So when the situation was, well, we didn't have much bands in here in Russia, and because no one knew how that singers looked, they even cloned that bands and did concerts around around Russia. And for example, one of the most favorite bands in here called Laskavy Mai.
Like this.
With the translation is
Laskavy, it's kind. Not
Gentle
kind.
May.
Gentle May.
Cool name. Oh my God. So at one time there was 12 clones of that band that did
12.
concerts around Russia,
And
it was okay.
in one day it could be 10, for example, concerts in different cities at the in one time.
Yes, and they
Can you imagine?
no one singed live in Russia because, well, no one could sing. So and this is about pop music, in which I'm not an expert, and Alexei too. Check his T-shirt. So let's talk about rock music.
About rock music. So there was no rock music in Soviet Russia. There was no information about rock bands and rock music in Soviet Russia, and some information we received from Soviet-friendly countries.
Friendly.
Friendly.
In this only.
Yeah, absolutely.
No one loved Soviet Union,
And,
except some poor countries, really. North Korea, hello.
Maybe North Korea, best Korea, was some agitation.
Oh yeah. Our
About this.
propaganda called them brothers.
Still, maybe.
Maybe.
So, and what groups, what bands were new at the time? Rolling Stones, of course. You know,
They
Deep
were
Purple.
banned, but some people knew about them. Yeah. Pink
I saw
Floyd.
Pink Floyd, and that's all. Nothing. I
Yeah.
think.
Well,
nobody had
no
know
one-
Something else.
Imagine it's like mid 70s and no one knew about singers like Bob Dylan
Yeah.
in here.
I think not a lot of people knew about him. No. No.
In here? Yeah.
They know Guns N' Roses, knock 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 on heaven's door, but
Yes, people think that knocking on the heaven's door is Guns N' Roses song.
yeah, absolutely the best.
I don't like Guns N' Roses. No, actually, I love them. Been twice on their con.
I've been once. It was cool.
Yes, and in early 80s, you guys had bands like Motley Crue, Kiss, and all that glam metal stuff started. What else? Wasp, Cinderella,
Metal. Twisted Sisters.
Twisted Sister, yes, and no one knew about that kind of sound even here.
We listen something like this, and you know, it's like video clips. They are made without any
Without people.
People. So it was forbidden also by our government for some reason.
But journey of rock music in Russia started at late 80s in St. Petersburg, because well, St. Petersburg is a city, the most cultural city around Russia, I think.
It was a very famous place, St. Petersburg Rock Club.
It was called Leningrad.
Yep, and a lot of our bands, modern bands, started their journey in music from that time, from that place.
Да, there was a so-called rock club where it all began from that place. And for example, year ago, there was a Metallica concert in Moscow,
Yeah.
and they sing the song of Kino.
Here we go.
One of the most famous rock bands in Russia.
There.
Yeah, but main thing, rock music in Russia was sad.
Because it was some kind of soft rock, and also it was no any good instrument. Were no
Yeah.
good instruments, and guitars were bad, drums. In most cases, it was drum machines, not real drums, and
No one could afford electric guitar.
Yamaha synthesizers or something like this. That's why the sound was bad, and also
There was no production at all.
yep, and there were no sound studios for recording.
And main thing was the main theme of rock music in late Soviet Union and early Russia was there is no hope.
There is no hope, and also some fight against the system about how
How people
small people could fight against a huge government machine.
how people got bored of government, bored of rules, how they want to have freedom, how are they poor and everything like that.
Yep. So Artem, do you remember how it was in our childhood?
Oh, it was awesome because every day we discovered something new. Like after school, the first thing that I did was pressing on MTV and checking all that stuff. Well, guys like Red Hot Chili Peppers or Metallica were there. They were like gods for me.
And Offspring. Everybody tries to call to MTV and ask to please Pretty Fly for a white guy.
Yes, it was really awesome. The best times of my life in musical way, because every day something new.
And do you remember that at that time when we watched MTV and understand that yes, rap music, pop music, rave music, and also metal. And at streets, you should choose.
To what gang you are supposed to be?
Yep, you should decide. Do you support rap? Do you support rave? You should wear like a rapper.
Yeah,
or-
stuff and merch.
Yep. And if somebody will came to you on street and ask
Who you are?
who you are,
What
should
do you
say,
listen
I'm
to?
a metallist. And he said, and why you don't have some rings with skulls on your fingers?
Or Metallica t-shirt.
Yep. Or if you are raver, for example, and you're listening some
Prodigy.
East 17 or Prodigy,
Yes, Prodigy
Yeah.
was a huge thing
Yeah.
here.
somebody on street could ask you, what is your favorite song? And if you will not answer, you
Answer
will,
it right, you will. That guy will kick your ass.
Yep. Or if
Literally.
you will wear something wrong, you will receive punch.
Punch in your face. But it was Moscow. In Moscow, it was okay. In other cities, there was street fights around that gangster rappers against ravers and metallists against people that love pop music, and
And punk.
yes, punks were okay.
Punks were okay. They were
They were friends with
friendly.
everyone, yeah,
Yeah.
because they always had some alcohol with them.
Mhm. And
good
also,
diplomats,
if you
by the way.
will not choose the side that you support, you also can be beaten by every.
Yes, if you don't have a side, you will be called nerd.
Yep. Actually, we didn't knew this word, but it was like this. Actually, you have no so many possibilities to be not beaten in that time in Moscow, in the center of Moscow.
And by the way, how did you start to listen to rock?
I think it was 1997, 96, late. And my mother present me on my birthday cassette player.
Cool.
Yeah, and my elder brother provide me some tapes with E-Type. It was, I think, it was.
E-Type isn't rock music.
But it was a new stuff for me, really. And then received some tapes with Russian band Sector Gaza.
Oh yeah, Sector Gaza,
Да, тут мы-
such a piece of shit. Oh my god, but they are legends here.
Legend here is still popular. A lot of their ballads. They were popular because of cruel words in their songs.
F words in every sentence.
Can you imagine? This stuff was very popular and still popular. And after that,
Hold on.
the first, yep.
They have Sector Gaza have their own name of the genre, kolkhoz punk.
Колхоз punk. And also you can hear their song in Rock and Roller movie by Guy Ritchie.
Really?
Just about time, wasn't it? I mean, we can always come back a bit later.
The first tape that I purchased by myself for my tape player, it was try to
Iron Maiden,
nope,
Metallica,
nope.
Blind Guardian,
Unfortunately, no. It was East 17.
East 17. I don't even know
It
what
was like
the
this.
hell is this.
It was very popular in our school for some reason, I don't know why. More popular than Backstreet Boys, for example, and everybody listened. And what is your story about rock music?
Well, my story is more romantic than yours. Yours are boring. I was a kid. Imagine me as being a 3-year-old son, small one. I'm small, by the way, and I was smaller than now. And my brother got a cassette of Black Album of Metallica.
No, unbelievable.
Yes, we had that player called Belarus, and he was playing it on and on and on, playing every time, and I slept with the sounds of Metallica.
Cool, really cool. And rock music came to my life a little bit later. I really met something like rock music in my school. In summer, we all went to some camp, I think. Where we,
Working camp
yeah, like this. At
in
the morning,
Siberia, like that.
No, in the Moscow area.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah. Fortunately, not Siberia. In the morning, we walked on the garden, and then it was free time, and we made some theater. We made some Zarnitsa game,
That's cool.
and late at evening we sing a song with guitar on campfire, and
You played Prodigy.
No.
No?
we played Kino in most cases, played DDT, and some other popular bands.
За окном стеной метель, жизнь по горло занесло.
So cool. My first cassette that I have bought by myself, it was Load by Metallica.
You more experienced in music.
I'm more experienced than you at all.
So, and when we proceed to more modern times, we was in a high school. More and more
Or
bands.
sometimes.
Really, more bands started to visit Russia, and fortunately, we received the opportunity to visit their concerts.
Oh yeah. The first one that I visited was the concert of band named Wasp. I was a huge fan. I'm still a huge fan of that band, the glam metal one, and it was really awesome. I think I was 14 years old, and it was so cool for the first time to see the guys on the stage, the real legends, to play my favorite songs.
So in my case, the first band that I visit, foreign band, it was Anathema. Some guy stand in front of me, and he shaking his head with long hairs 2 hours without any stop.
That's
It
cool.
was awesome. And then it was Oasis.
Nice.
If we're talking about
Score.
foreign, it was Oasis, and I was a very big fan of this band.
Well, the problem is, in 1991, there was a concert in Moscow called Monsters of Rock. It was a free concert, and some people say that there was from 700,000
On
Till-
Red Square.
now on Tushino airfield
Ah, yeah.
till 1 million people, and for the first time, some of them for the first time had listened to AC/DC, Pantera, and Metallica, of course.
Yeah, it was first huge event in Russia. Biggest event. I think still we didn't have something like this?
People that were there, I have a friend.
Mhm.
He's kind of older than me. He was there, and he told us, told me that there was a massacre. It wasn't so good, but people were so happy for the first time to see that bands that play really hard music and true metal from the there was no Iron Curtain no more, and for the first time they have listened to sounds of electric guitar.
As already was said previously, it was a new experience for everybody, and such type of music was completely unbelievable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's why in Russia we have so much metal fans,
Yep.
old metal fans.
And always said it was related to some entertainment and lifestyle that we had at that time, and also this culture really connected for us, really related with video games, because it was
Yes, video games was the thing that united all that gangs that were fighting each other. Because when I was a metalist, I had a long hair and I had that leather jacket. Still have that leather jacket as a memory.
Do you have some photos from that time?
I will show you privately to some of you, maybe. I don't know. But
Okay.
if some guy approaching you and want to beat you because you are a metalist and he's a raver, you could tell him that you have a dandy in your house and let's go and play some
Contra.
Battle City or
Battle
Contra.
City.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a sort of diplomacy for us.
Automatically you became a best friend of this guy.
Yes,
because-
if on your street with all your neighbors you have a dandy, as you call it, NES, Nintendo One. Everyone just came to your house to play, and you became a legend.
And your grandma will bring a tea for everybody and some butterbroads.
By the way, if you have had NES at that time, you had protection.
Yeah.
Because someone from another neighborhood wants to beat your ass. Guys that know that you have a NES could protect you. It was awesome.
Yep.
Striker wins. Flawless victory. Friendship.
Next time we will talk about our favorite games on NES. Maybe we'll proceed to Sega.
We will proceed to Sega.
Yep. And we'll talk about all the stuff. If you want to hear about something more about that time, about music and
Entertainment and culture and even politics, or how do you call it, global policy of Russia.
global policy, yeah, please tell us, and we will maybe start next episode with
Answering your question. Questions.
questions.
English is my favorite language.
Is my best friend.
Yeah, London is the capital of Great Britain. The first thing that we started our English lessons in school.
Okay, guys, if you like this video, if you want to know more about how it was in Russia, and you got some questions to us, please subscribe, please like this video and share with your friends, and
Don't forget. Thank you very much for watching us, and I would like to end this video by reading you a lyric from pop song from 90s from Russia.
please.
Just imagine these lyrics. Prostitute, 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 the night butterfly. Well, who is to blame? Prostitute, 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 the hotel's light are such an alluring flame.
Ночная бабочка, ну кто уже виноват? А погромче. Путана, 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 огни отелей так заманчиво горят.
It was a very popular song in our past.
Best song of the year, 1995.
I think it could be best song of the year in Eurovision contest. Yeah. See you guys.
Goodbye.